Namaste. Who is Kellyanne Conway kidding? Except for herself. Okay. Trump has done nothing but kiss up to Putin from day one. Okay? And he's done everything he can to turn the attention away from the fact that Russia, in fact, hacked our election. His flagging little ego won't allow him to admit to that because everybody voted for Trump just because he's such a fabulous businessman. I don't care how blind Kellyanne Conway wants to be, how much money she's getting paid to say what she's paying, because she sold her soul out to Trump. A year and a half ago, she was telling what a horrible person Trump is, and he's so unqualified, and now the sun rises and sets on him. Well, that's amazing. Okay. So again, no moral fortitude. These people are for sale to the highest bidder. That's it. They're like little computers that are for sale to the highest bidder. Trump gets her, programs her, and sends her out like a little robot. Trump says, and Trump says, and Trump says, and Trump says. No moral fortitude at all. I guarantee that Trump hasn't changed in a year and a half. Okay, Conway, let's get a reality check here. Okay. So no, the elections were hacked. False news was put out. If you see all of the, what was it they were just talking about recently, the National Enquirer, that junk news thing that they have on all the, in all the aisles at the checkout counters at the grocery store, etc., etc. You see all of those that were so against Hillary, all these drama things, and actually had people on this channel, I couldn't believe it, that actually believed the fake news that she was molesting people. And then there was actually a woman that said she was molested. You know, these people will say anything for attention. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So it just is, this is what I was talking about today, the breakdown in morals. These people, you know, the drop of a hat, they go from its most fabulous person on the planet to the most hated. They can hate them, they get on their bankroll, then they're again the most fabulous person on the planet. And then you watch what they have to say. It's absolutely horrid what is taking place. Trump really has America up for sale to the highest bidder. Watch, see if I'm right or wrong. Guaranteed. He'll sell out America in a heartbeat for his own interests. This man should never, ever have one moment in the White House. He has so many conflicts of interest going. Whatever happened to, oh, I'm going to do a blind trust, then it was, well, we'll have a half-blind trust, and we're going to tell you what's going to happen with that. Never another word about it, of course. What happened to Mexico is going to pay for that wall. Now it's, oh, we're going to pay for it, and then Mexico, he'll make Mexico pay us back. Okay, are you starting to see a pattern here? Every one of his campaign promises and dramas, he takes credit for every little thing that happens in the world, all due to Trump. And any of the failings are somebody else's fault. Okay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now he's trying to put the pressure on the automakers. Yet I guarantee he'll continue to do his business out in China. They have their clothing and the stuff that Ivanka is in as well. Guaranteed they're not going to be manufactured in this country. I think he needs to put his money where his mouth is. He's not doing it. Okay? You know what his slogan is? Buy America, hire America. Okay? He's not creating jobs in America with any of his companies. All of his hotels, all of his things are being staffed by what? Guest workers. Because he can't find anybody qualified in the U.S. that will do it. Or somebody that will accept the wages and the conditions, working conditions he wants to put forward. Where is this great guiding light that he's supposed to be? If you talk with any of his workers, you saw the workers that they had come out during the campaign that said they weren't going to vote for him. The ones who were working at his hotels, some of the Spanish workers that were there, they're not going to vote for Trump. They know him. They know what they're getting paid. Okay? If it was actually for Americans and was doing the right thing, but he doesn't. Everybody else, do what I say, not what I do. Don't look here. No, look over there. Look at what they're doing. Don't look at Trump. No, look over there, over there, over there. Okay. Everybody's supposed to be blind to the things that Trump is doing. Okay. Well, we're not blind. And as far as his Twitters every day, really, Trump, your Twitters are not presidential. They show somebody that's got a very, flawed ego that absolutely is not going to hear a thing unless it's kissing his ass. Okay? I'm still trying to decide, is this the walking on eggshells presidency? Because I guarantee everybody that's around him is walking on eggshells. Or will it get known as the kiss your ass term? It's the only two options I see at the moment. The walking on eggshells presidency or the kiss your ass term. Okay? But either one of them suits this presidency. America's for sale to the highest bidder. Okay. He's not even in office yet. And look at the mess we have. What, they just repealed, they just took away the Planned Parenthood rights. Okay. We lost that. He wants you to pay for the wall now. I don't see that he's keeping his promise on one thing at all. All of these ones that say, oh, all these jobs are coming in, all of this, and it's all due to me and my fabulousness. No, all of these companies are coming out and saying, we already had this planned before he came in. So he has done nothing for this country. He's even downgrading The Apprentice now that he's not on it, and their ratings are going down. He's even trashing that. Because the Arnold is not getting the ratings that he was. Okay. I doubt anyone's going to want to watch it. We're really already fed up with Trump. He hasn't even come into office yet, and he's a blight on this country. He's a joke. He would be a joke if he weren't so deadly, ridiculous, and absolutely ignorant. He takes the intel from that Julian and says, oh, no. Just because we say the same things doesn't mean that I'm agreeing with him. That when you're saying the same things, yeah, you are agreeing. That's what agreement means. It means you have the same view. He's being briefed, and of course he'll be sitting there almost in the briefing room doing, no, I don't want to hear it. Because it's not going to prop up my ego. If it doesn't prop up his ego, if they're not bending over and kissing his ass, trust me, it won't fly. He has a nasty nature. That anybody that crosses him in any way, shape, or form, he's going after them. He will ruin them if he can. That's what he's done. Look at his business dealings, all that he's done. He still owes those painters for painting the place out. I think it was in Doral. $35,000 he owes the painters, and of course they have to have a lawsuit to get paid. The architect that built it, again, he paid him half and said, I don't feel like paying anymore, so sue me, and I'll keep you in court forever. I'll ruin you. Isn't that lovely? This is the President of the United States coming in. This is what we have. This is what you voted into office, Trumpites. Okay? This is what we're going to have to deal with. Unless by some miraculous means, and I don't see that this is really not possible, that he gets impeached because his ego is so big that he thinks the rules and regulations don't apply to him. Okay, well, they apply to him. Okay, he's going to find that out one way or another. The rules and regulations do apply to him. He cannot get in there, and he's doing everything he can to get rid of anybody. The CIA, let's restructure it so I don't have anybody to come against me. And he thinks he's going to turn this democracy into a dictatorship. After all, Putin, oh, he's all in, enamored of Putin. Okay? He wants a dictatorship. Isn't that lovely? We don't want a dictator. Okay? Of course, they're not going to live in the White House. They're not going to slum there. Do you really think that Melania is going to live in the White House and slum? That's not going to happen. I don't see that ever. And poor little Baron Trump, he'd have to make do with a room in the White House rather than a whole floor that he's got in his penthouse. Little Baron Dictator Trump, just like Trump, growing up to be just like, isn't that lovely? I mean, nothing warms your heart than that. That he's learning how to be a sociopath, a narcissistic sociopath. Someone that's got a lot of money, that basically runs a slave plantation. That mentality, I mean, that just, stirs your heart. That does, just, unbelievable, unbelievable. So we really need to look at this, right, because this is not what we need in the White House. The people that he's trying to sneak in, and of course all of them are due to be confirmed on the same day when he will be giving the first press conference ever that he's done. Why? So people are looking at that news rather than these confirmations. He's a snake. You look at who he's got surrounding him, white supremacists. Look at their track records. They're not for the good of the country, ever. The people he's got surrounding him have been out for themselves. White supremacy, absolute nonsense, low integrity, losing of moral values. That's what he surrounds himself with. And those that can be bought and paid for. Enablers, the monkey flying monkey squad that are there to enable him and whatever he says. Yes, Trump. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, that's the wisest, most brilliant thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh, Daddy Trump, do tell us. Nobody can be there to actually give a suggestion. Look at the one that just left. Was he, what is it, FBI or former CIA or former FBI? I forget which it is. But anyway, he left because, what? Trump doesn't consult him. He's like, why am I here? To look like he's actually getting, I think the guy just, no, I quit. I'm not going to give the illusion that he's actually asking for advice here, because he's not. Okay? I don't want the public to think I'm actually assenting to this garbage that he's putting in there. So the guy quit. Point blank. We really need to look at what's coming into office and be as diligent as possible. Okay? I have some other ideas about what may happen. That if it takes place, I would not be surprised whatsoever. Okay? Because I think that internally, the government is going to be watching him, and if he tries to overstep his bounds too much, I think that magically he will be eliminated in some fashion. If he's not impeached, I think something else could actually possibly take place, because they're not going to allow somebody have their finger on nuclear weapons that is totally unstable. If he gets too far out, I would not be surprised, and I'm just going to put it out there and say that, if there's a black ops operation, that somebody takes him out, literally takes him out, because he's being very stupid, and I don't think that the country, he knows more than the generals knows more than CIA, knows more than FBI, okay? I don't think they'll let the country be sold down the tubes with a megalomaniac at the controls for too long. If he starts getting too far out of hand, I've got a feeling that he will be taken out. I don't know how to say it in a more gentle way. It would be very sad for his family, but really the country cannot have a narcissistic megalomaniac at the controls of nuclear weapons when he is tweeting this absolute nonsense. He's like the internet trolls, this mental capacity of a preteen, the emotional equivalency of a preteen. No maturity there at all. And that's just frightening to have somebody like that as commander-in-chief. If you've ever been in the military, And you know the chain of command. And to think of him as commander-in-chief. Not only no, but oh, hell no. Okay. Men and women in uniform aren't going to respect that for too long. Absolutely not. So I hope that things can get straightened out soon, because the way that the direction that they're going is truly frightening to see. It's showing the worst of the worst, the dregs that are coming in power. This is not the best of the best. We want the best of the best, the brightest lights, the innovators. And what are we getting instead? The manipulators, the ones that have been con men, manipulators, bullies, okay? Narcissistic megalomaniacs, that if they could bring back slavery, they would be happy to do it. 100% I guarantee it. If they could replace the U.S. American flag with a rebel flag of the South, which I think everybody should get together and burn that flag. There's nothing more atrocious than going somewhere and seeing somebody fly the rebel flag. Which is what? From the time of slavery, that it's basically, promoting the fact that I'm in favor of slavery. Okay? I think that flag should be taken out and burnt. 100%. There should only be one flag in this country, and that's the American, the U.S. flag. Okay? I am very happy to participate in a flag burning ceremony. The rebel flag, we should all get together, go to Washington and burn it, and as against Trump. Because really, the Trump enclave that's there, I think that's their flag. It's not the American flag. Their flag is the rebel flag. That is the flag they would fly. If they could, that's what would be flying at the White House, because, like they said, the David Duke and all the KKK, it's now the White House, and they would be happy to fly the rebel flag. Very sad, very, very sad day for this country when he's inaugurated. I know on that day I will be wearing black in protest. I might even have a black veil on, because really we don't want to see what's coming in. Absolutely horrid. Absolutely horrid. So I'm going to leave this here. Thank you for listening. If you have any ideas on what to do with this situation, I'm always happy to hear it. But yeah, I would be happy to do a rebel flag burning, 100%. Namaste. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.